Hey, Guy. I'm always happy that I stay fit. I'm in great shape now, and I love exercising. And I'm sure that you'll be doing a lot with your dad. He's in such great shape, and he's going to the gym all the time. So one of the ways that I stayed fit while I was living in Seattle was on a dragon boat racing team. I was a reporter for the local Asian newspaper, and I just went to write an article. And one of the organizers said, "Well, while you're here, why don't you stay? They need somebody else on this team. Why don't you stay and you can join the team?" And we just practice every week, and it sounded great. I love. It looked like it was very good exercise. I'd only seen it once in London, so I didn't really know what it was like. But why not? So I got on, and it turned out that the team I was joining was it was sponsored by a little Chinese bank, a local Chinese bank. And so the most of the people on this team, there were 24 people on this fiberglass dragon boat, a very long and narrow boat. And most of these 24 people on my team were bank tellers or clerks or people with no real athletic background, and they didn't look like much either. But we had a lot of fun. We were going together, and it was an incredible exercise. I got to paddle a lot, and it was interesting because our strokes were very short and quick, and we all had to do it in exact sync. The closer we could get, so we were all doing it exactly the same instant, hitting the water, the faster we would go. And so that meant following the guy in front of the boat who was leading us, and then following the beat from a drummer who was sitting in the back of the boat. And so we practice a lot, and we're getting pretty good. And the best moment that I ever had was at the beginning of the tournament. Because we entered a race, and they had two categories: either really serious racers who would go around the country and compete in the different events and different dragon boat teams, or the recreational guys. And we were obviously a recreational type. We weren't that serious, but so we ate our bananas. Bananas are good to have before a strenuous exercise like that. And we got in the boat, and we were paddling, and in order for us to move up to the top of the recreational division, we had to beat another team, and these were big, burly guys. One of them had on a Viking helmet, and they were carousing around, and they'd been drinking, and so it looked like we were the real underdogs here. But we got in, and we were keeping up with them. We were pretty close. And then as we reached towards the end of the race, it was only about 2 or 3 minute race. But towards the end, I noticed that the other people on my team were getting tired, and they were getting out of sync. So I shouted in my biggest voice. I said, "Watch them in front! Watch the front!" And so everybody watched the front. They all pulled together, and guess what, Samuel? We won. We won. And, and there was a Chinese city councilwoman who was giving out the trophies at the end. And she said into the microphone at the end, she said, "Frankly, I never would have expected to see you up here." But we were obviously pretty happy, and it was a lot of fun. And I like to think that by encouraging everybody to get in sync there in the last few yards had a lot to do with our winning. And I enjoyed it so much that later in San Francisco, I joined another local team there. It was a few years later, so I wasn't as in good shape, and it was a lot harder, especially on my legs. You'd think that it would be harder on your arms, but the kind of strokes that we were doing, it was really bracing ourselves on the bottom of the boat was most of the exercise. So it was very good at exercise for our legs. And I did that there for one season too. Didn't win any races, but had a lot of fun. And next time you see a dragon boat or a dragon boat race, you can think of me, and Maybe, who knows? Maybe you go hop in the boat and get on the team. It's a great exercise. I highly recommend it. So anyway, that's my story of my dragon boat racing days, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I got a lot more stories coming at you. So enjoy. Take care, Samuel, and be good to your mom and dad for me. Okay. Bye, buddy.